Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes. Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes. Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Would you like me to swear her, Judge? Or?
I think we need to make sure. There we go. Deputy Scott, if we could swear in the witness. Ms. Yurdy, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. You swear affirm to the testimony that you get a court will be the truth, but the truth will help you.
Yes.
Would you please state and spell your full name for the court?
Robin Latrice Yurdy.
Thank you, Ms. Yurdy. Thank you for being here. Can you tell the judge when you first met Miss Willis?
In college.
Okay.
So probably 90 or 91.
Okay. And have you been friends since 1990 or 91?
Yes.
Okay. When was the last time you spoke with Miss Willis?
March of 2022.
Okay. From 1991-ish till 2022, were you what you would consider good friends with Miss Willis?
Yes.
And did you all share personal information regularly?
Yes.
And did you even come and work with her at the DA's office?
Yes.
And when she needed a place to stay, did you let her stay at your apartment?
Yes.
It was a condo, right?
Condo, yes.
Okay. Do you remember approximately when she moved into your condo?
It was April of 2021.
Okay, great. And you know that Ms. Willis and Ms. Wade met at a conference in October of 2019?
I'm going to object to that, Your Honor, without a foundation for how this witness would know that. If Ms. Merchant can establish she has personal information of that, then certainly that's something the witness can testify to. But if it's she heard
Understood,
it
Ms. Cross. All right, Ms. Merchant, if you could lay the foundation.
Do you have information that Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade met in October of 2019?
I'm going to renew my objection, Your Honor. Information is not sourced to personal information. If the question can be rephrased, then that may address my concern.
So Judge, I just want to make sure that I understand. So they've objected to me calling Willis and Wade.
It's just a matter of foundation. If you can just rephrase.
Do you have knowledge of when Willis and Wade met?
I'm going to object again. Personal knowledge.
Overruled.
Thank you. Do you have personal knowledge of when Willis and Wade met?
Yes. She told me that they met at a conference. I don't know what.
Okay.
I'm going to renew my objection, Your Honor. Clearly, this is not firsthand information from this witness. It's hearsay that was.
But you said she told me.
Yes, it's statement against interest, Judge. If Ms. Willis.
Just pause.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Ms.
Yes.
Cross.
The representation of the witness, the testimony of the witness was that Ms. Willis, District Attorney Willis, had a conversation with her. There is no statement against interest. District Attorney Willis is not a party opponent in this case. The information that the witness has testified to came from Ms. Willis, and we have a hearsay objection to that.
Why wouldn't she be considered a party opponent in this context?
She is a representative of the state, Your Honor. This isn't private litigation or civil litigation. Obviously, the court's aware this is, Ms. Willis is not on trial. Ms. Willis is not a party to the litigation outside her obligation to pursue criminal charges for the state.
Ms. Merchant, I guess it's evolved into a hearsay objection.
Yes, Judge. And we plan on calling Ms. Willis to the stand. She's under subpoena, so hearsay will be cured. If there is a hearsay objection as far as that issue. But we do still think that it's a statement against interest. Ms. Willis has filed a document that states that they met at this municipal court conference. So
Your Honor, I think maybe I can streamline a little bit. state will stipulate that District Attorney Willis and Mr. Wade met in October 2019 at the judicial conference that we've been talking about. There's no reason to get it secondhand from this witness. Well, that's true.
All right, you accept the stipulation, Ms. Merchant?
Yes. Am I permitted then to ask questions about that since it's now not hearsay?
If it's just to a stipulation, if it's just to that basic fact, I don't think we need a question, but if there's a follow-up that you
Okay.
think is admissible, go for it.
Ms. Yurdy, you have personal knowledge that Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade began their romantic relationship soon after this time that they met at the municipal court.
I'm going to object to that question. That certainly is a leading question. No foundation has been laid for how this witness would have personal knowledge of that. And until that's happened, the state objects.
Judge,
I think you can do a yes or no and then follow up with how she knows it.
thank you. Do you know if Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade started dating in October of 2019?
I don't know if it was October of 2019.
Could it possibly be November of 2019?
Could possibly.
Okay. And when we spoke, you said it was shortly after the municipal court conference, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you know that their relationship, their personal relationship began shortly after this municipal court conference.
Yes.
And when I say personal, romantic. I just want to make sure we don't get in an argument over what personal and romantic is later. When I ask you personal, do you take that to mean romantic?
Yes.
And do you understand it that their relationship began in 2019 and continued until the last time you spoke with her?
Yes.
And you were essentially her best friend during this time, right?
Not best friend, good friend.
Good friend. Okay, close friend. And so would you frequently socialize with her?
Yes.
And you saw her at work every day?
Yes.
So you had a chance to see them interact together on a personal level?
Yes.
And so from everything that you saw, heard, witnessed, it's your understanding that they were in a romantic relationship beginning in 2019?
Yes.
And when you left the DA, oh, I'm sorry, let me ask you, you said that Ms. Willis came to live with you in April of 2021. I'm sorry, April 1st, 2020 or 2021?
She didn't live. I never lived with her.
Okay, I'm sorry. She took over your lease in April 1st, 2020, correct?
No, 2021.
Okay, I had it both ways, so I'm glad you clarified. So when she took over your lease in April 1st, 2021, it's your understanding she moved out of the house that she was sharing with her father and started staying at the condo?
Yes.
And is it your understanding that that's because she needed to have her own space
Yes.
away from her father?
Yes.
Okay. When you left the DA's office, was it, were you fired?
No, I resigned.
You resigned, okay. Just one moment, Judge. Can you tell us why you resigned the DA's office?
The number of things that was happening.
A number of things that were happening, is that what you said, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. What was happening that caused you to resign?
It was a spiral of things. So, I guess the last straw is I was put in a department that I knew had no knowledge about. Something happened and I didn't like it. They didn't like it. And that was it.
Okay. Did you have any falling outs with Miss Willis?
Well, we never spoke after that.
You never spoke after that. Okay. And so without going into all the painstaking details, there is no doubt in your mind that from 2019 until 2022, Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade were in a romantic relationship.
What's the question?
You have no doubt that their romantic relationship was in effect from 2019 until the last time you spoke with her.
No doubt.
And that's based on your personal observations and speaking with them and seeing them together and things like that.
Yes.
No other questions. Thank you. The other folks may have some questions for you, Ms. Yurdy.
Sit down.
You want me to go to the?
If it's more than a couple questions, then sure, but if not,
It's only a couple questions.
Okay.
I think, can the court reporter hear me okay? Ma'am, let me be very specific. Did you talk with Ms. Willis about her romantic relationship with Mr. Wade?
Yes.
Did Ms. Willis tell you on more than one occasion that she was engaged in a romantic relationship with Mr. Wade prior to you leaving the district attorney's office?
Did she tell me or did I observe?
I'm saying right now with the tell me.
Yes.
Did she tell you that in the year of 2020?
Yes.
In the year of 2021?
Yes.
Are you certain that Ms. Willis told you about the romantic relationship with Mr. Wade prior to November 1st of 2021?
Yes.
Now, did you also have observations of Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis together prior to November 1st of 2021?
Yes.
And are those observations, were those in a social setting?
Yes.
And did you observe them do things that are common among people having a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Such as, can you give us an example?
Hugging, kissing, just affection.
All before November 1st of 2021, correct?
Yes.
That's all I have.
Mr. Stocks.
Ma'am, did I understand you to say that there was a period of time when you and Ms. Willis lived together?
No.
Mr. Durham.
No, nothing for me, Your Honor.
Mr. McDougald.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Rice.
Good morning, Ms. Yurdy. Were you aware in 2021 of any trips, social trips that Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade took together?
No.
Are you aware of any social trips that Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade took together in 2022?
No.
And are you aware of them in 2020 or 2021 spending the evening together overnight?
No.
No further questions.
Mr. Gillen.
No question.
Mr. McCullough. And Mr. Cromwell.
No questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Cross.
I do have some questions. Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Yurdy, we haven't met before. Is that correct?
Correct.
You're able to see and hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. I want to start with a couple things. Now, I think you've made it clear that you never lived, and we'll call it the South Fulton address, the South Fulton condo that you were leasing. You never lived at that address with the District Attorney Willis, correct?
Correct.
And never at any time.
Never.
You never observed or have any information about District Attorney Wade and District Attorney Willis and Nathan Wade living together, correct?
Correct.
You don't have any information about that?
No, I don't.
Anybody said that that information was sourced to you, then that's incorrect.
That's incorrect.
Did District Attorney Willis pay rent at that establishment, at that condo while she lived there and you were living elsewhere?
Yes.
Who paid the rent?
She did.
Nathan Wade ever pay the rent?
No.
And you never told anyone otherwise? I didn't hear your answer there, Ms. Yurdy. Did you ever tell anyone otherwise?
No.
All right. So let's talk for a second about your time at the district attorney's office. You were disciplined several times in the district attorney's office during your employment there, correct?
No,
You weren't written up ever for poor performance, Ms. Yurdy.
once, not several.
One time you were written up for poor performance. Were you counseled several times about your performance in the district attorney's office that was subpar?
No,
Did the district attorney tell you that your performance was insufficient and that you were going to be fired?
no,
That never happened.
no. Maybe when we went at the end. What's the question?
The question, Ms. Yurdy, was, did the district attorney ever counsel you on your poor performance in the district attorney's office prior and inform you that you were going to be fired?
I don't really know how to answer that.
I'm looking for the truth.
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, the situation happened. That wasn't my fault. And I either was going to resign or be let go. So,
You understood that that was the situation. You could resign or you could be let go.
correct. Yes.
You were not welcome to stay.
No.
And the conversation where you were informed that you could resign or you could be fired, that conversation was not the first conversation you had with the district attorney about your poor performance in the office, correct?
Well, it was kind of a spiral, but no.
Yeah, it was. Whatever the situation was.
Excuse me.
Commentary by counsel. Questions are fine.
Understood, Mr. Sato. Ms. Cross.
Ms. Yurdy, the circumstances of your leaving the district attorney's office ended your friendship with the district attorney Willis, correct?
Yes.
Y'all haven't spoken since.
No.
All right, I want to talk about the representations that you made here this morning, Ms. Yurdy, about any relationship between District Attorney Willis and Mr. Wade. I wanted you to tell me what was the first time let me ask it this way. You said that District Attorney Willis personally informed you of a romantic relationship. Is that what you testified to?
Yes.
When did that conversation that you purport to have to recall, when did that happen?
I mean, I don't have a month or a day,
Where were you?
but just talking in general.
Your Honor, we'd like to keep this witness under subpoena, but that's all the questions I have right now.
All right, thank you, Ms. Cross.
Redirect, I'm sorry.
All right, on those points only.
Yes, just those points. The state asked you a lot about when you were let go, when you resigned. Did something happen as far as purchasing that you didn't feel comfortable with, purchasing things through the county for Ms. Willis that caused you to not be comfortable working there anymore?
No.
And I didn't tell you how to testify here today though, right?
Right.
And everything you've testified to is from your personal knowledge?
Yes.
And